opened wide. I was not accosted, if that is what you're asking, but the evil man took my handbag. Here on the train? Yes, in the next car. She gestured vaguely with her hand. I held the corner of my lip in my teeth, an inadvertent habit when I was thinking. Did you see him take it? She shook her head, and long blonde ringlets danced around her face. I held it on my lap, then I must have gone to sleep. When I awoke, it was gone. How can you be sure it was him? She grimaced and pulled her eyebrows low. He sat across from me. The seat next to me was empty, as was the seat next to him. He is such an uncouth man, placing his dirty boots next to me on the bench and staring at me like a hungry wolf. It was him, all right. After I woke up, I noticed my handbag was gone, and when I started looking for it, he pulled his shirt more tightly around his chest, but he wasn't fast enough. I saw my handbag inside his shirt. I stared at her face and wondered for a moment if my own expression was that of a hungry wolf. She was extraordinarily beautiful, even in the black morning gown. But enough of that, I decided, because I simply didn't have the time. Did you confront him? Her expression of exasperation pained me, and I acknowledged to myself that perhaps it had been an ill-advised question. What should she have done? Threaten to physically take it from the thief? Of course not. How could I? My only chance to get it back was to allow him to think he'd gotten away with the theft. I asked the conductor for help, and he led me to you. I nodded toward her, a gesture of remorse for the question. Well, I'm glad you did, Miss Trudeau. I focused on the conductor. Do you know of the man she is describing? Can you point him out to me? The conductor puffed his chest in exaggerated self-importance. I believe so. Miss Trudeau came and found me, then together we came to find you. I suspect he doesn't know there is a US Marshal on the train, or that we have come to ask you for assistance. I glanced to the woman again. The train would be in Deming in less than an hour, so I rose from my seat and hitched my Colt .45 on my hip. With a snap, I pulled the lapels of my broadcloth coat. I pointed to the seat. You stay here, ma'am. I'll see what I can do. I motioned for the conductor to lead the way. In the forward car, a big man in dirty clothes and a floppy, greasy felt hat watched us approach. I glanced at the conductor and got a nod of confirmation that this was indeed the accused man. I tugged one more time at the lapels of my coat, then stepped forward. Is this seat taken? I pointed to the bench seat next to the muddy boots, the seat Miss Trudeau had obviously used. The big man sneered. A lady's been sitting there. Go find yourself another bench. A well-oiled and cared-for handgun rested easily in a holster high on the man's hip, and it looked like it had been used aplenty. I saw it and knew immediately that it wasn't there for decoration. I would need to keep the upper hand, so acting as though I hadn't heard, I stepped over the big man's legs and plopped into the empty seat. The thief sat up quickly, and his heavy, mud-caked boots clunked loudly to the wooden floor. Hey, didn't you hear what I said? I heard. I leaned forward and, without warning, viciously slapped the beefy face. Then, gripping his shirt, I jerked the big man forward. The thief, dazed by the suddenness and intensity of the attack, shook his head in disbelief for only an instant. Then he lashed out, but he was too slow. I threw him back against the seat, then drove a hard right to his heart, then a left to the throat, causing instantaneously tight and labored gasps for air. In less than a heartbeat, the business end of my gun pressed lightly against the big man's upper lip. With eyes wide open, the thief sank back, all the fight gone. I nodded and awarded the man a cold-blooded smile. Now, mister, I have it on good authority that you have a woman's handbag stuffed inside your shirt. 3 buttons popped when I jerked his shirt open. They dropped, clickety-clacking to the floor. As expected.